Welcome to the Allergy Advocacy Association Action Awards Virtual Gala Celebration. Here is our MC for this evening, Brenda Tremblay.
Hi, I'm Brenda Tremblay, morning host for WXXI Classical, and I'm thrilled to be with you for this special event honoring the work and continued mission of the Allergy Advocacy Association. First of all, let me say congratulations to you. For surviving. Who knew 3 years ago when we launched this annual event that we would be living through a global pandemic, and we're surviving. Day in and day out, our lives are so different now. So congratulations for being healthy and being safe and wearing a mask and practicing social distancing and all the things that we're being asked to do during this very strange time. Number two, congratulations on being a successful homebody. Here we are doing this event virtually with you safe and me safe, and this is a wonderful way to continue this work. And number three, congratulations on being your own best health advocate. You're making a million little choices every day about how to be healthy, how to maintain your distance from other people, how to be safe during this pandemic. And that kind of impulse for safety and the safety of others is really at the heart of the mission of the Allergy Advocacy Association. It's all about risk mitigation, and so we're doing it together. In the next half hour or so, you are going to meet some of the individuals and organizations who have been really working hard to mitigate risk for all of us in terms of how allergies may be affecting our lives. You're going to learn about the mission of the Allergy Advocacy Association. If you don't know already what it's all about, you're going to learn a little bit about that too, and we're going to have a little bit of fun because happy Halloween! I don't know who you would call if you needed a whole bunch of hats, but I have contacted my sister who has an entire bin of fun Halloween hats. So we'll try to make this fun and talk a little bit about fun ways to trick or treat if you are facing the challenges of being a special person with allergies. So that's coming up as well. So again, we're so glad you're here. Welcome. If you've never learned about the Allergy Advocacy Association and you Googled it, you would learn a lot right away. First of all, you'd find out that the organization helps build awareness of life-threatening allergies in our community. You'd find out that the association helps educate families, friends, and the public to the dangers and signs and symptoms of anaphylaxis. You would find out that they are devoted to dealing with life-threatening allergies to better protect the health of themselves and those around them. And they've been doing all of these things since 2010. Founded by John Terry and Tony Taylor, the Allergy Advocacy Association has developed a life-saving program of awareness, alertness, and action. They share a message via their website, e-newsletters, free training seminars, and legislative activism and collaboration. So, before we begin, we'd like to take a moment to thank the contributors for their support. Artisan Works, thank you. The Nicholson Group, Wegmans, the University of Rochester School of Medicine, and the Terry Family Talent Foundation. Thank you to all of you. We'd also like to ask you for your support. On the website, you'll find a donation button. Any contributions to help with the life-saving mission are greatly appreciated. And also many thanks to Janet Brendel, David Purdy, and Sandy Glantz, a member of the board, for their generous contributions. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See what just happened? So, to continue talking about the mission of this amazing organization, here's a brief list of their activities. You can read more on their website. They have participated in more than 300 training presentations and public events. They've awarded grants for stocking epinephrine to St. John Fisher College, Roberts Wesleyan College, the Finger Lakes Allergy Society, the Seneca Waters Boy Scouts of America, the Western New York Girl Scouts of America. The organization has been the recipient of awards for public advocacy for families with life-threatening allergies from the Allergy and Asthma Network and Food Allergies Research Education. They've supported passage of New York State legislation to improve access to epinephrine in central school districts and public entities across the entire region. And it's way more complicated than you would think, believe me. There's a lot of work going on behind the scenes that you would appreciate knowing about. The vision of the association is clear and direct. Not another life lost to anaphylaxis, not another life lost to any life-threatening allergies, and that's why we're here today. So we are proud to honor some individuals and organizations who have been instrumental in supporting families in Western New York with life-threatening allergies at risk for anaphylaxis. No. Oh, much better. So my own husband has a pretty serious case of asthma, and we have the inhalers and the different medications kind of lying all over the house. Before we leave the house, it's always, do you have your inhaler? Are you ready to go? Are you taking your maintenance drug? It's a big part of our lives. And I'll just tell you briefly, he caught pneumonia maybe 15 years ago now, and he was in the intensive care unit at Highland Hospital. And, the doctor took me aside and said, he may not make it. It's very serious. And it was compounded because of his asthma. And I remember going to see him, and he had the oxygen thing on, and he kind of sounded like Darth Vader, And I was scared to death. And the doctor finally came in after a few hours and said, he's out of the woods. He's going to be okay. And I was so happy. I started sort of laughing out loud. I was so grateful that he was going to survive. And I remember he took the thing off his face, the oxygen mask, and he said, "Stop being so happy." Because, of course, he was really suffering. He was really in pain, and it was very scary for him. But I'm saying all of this is I know that living with allergies can be a very real and very scary thing. And if you're someone who's facing day in and day out, on top of the pandemic, with the risk of encountering allergies in everyday life, then bravo to you. Thank you for the good work that you're doing, and thank you for watching this video and helping us to promote good health and vigilance and advocacy across the board. So before we move on, I want you to meet the shining beacon who has inspired this entire effort. This first video briefly tells a story of the person who inspired the formation of the organization from the beginning.
In the years when we were growing up, I was always known as Big John, and Ruthie was always known as Little Ruthie. And this was because I was so much taller than she was. In moments of affection, when we'd see each other, we'd always hug, and it would be a pretty comical scene because I was just sort of towering over the top of her. But it was a real reflection of how much we cared about each other. She was born in 1956, 2 years after my mom and dad, Spencer and Ann, adopted me. The reason I was adopted was because my parents didn't think they were going to be able to have children of their own. So when Ruthie was born, it was a real miracle. It was a gift from God and very special to all the members of our family. About 20 years ago, my sister and her husband, David Cornell, they moved down to North Carolina to raise their family. And they took their 3 adopted kids with them and moved out into the countryside where they had a very nice place to live. Ruthie was very fond of animals and of having her own place to grow flowers and plants and vegetables, things of this nature. And she always had a lot of animals around, dogs, cats, ducks, geese. And also Ruthie was a beekeeper. She had the bees outside of her bedroom on the deck. And For a number of years, she was able to look after the bees without any incident. In August of 2009, Ruthie was working outside on a very hot day, and she was wearing a hazmat suit, and she passed out for unknown reasons. The doctors, when she went to the emergency room, felt that she was suffering from a severe case of dehydration, but other than that, they were not concerned. This was particularly true because Ruthie had been stung by insects before, bees included, and she'd never had a dangerous reaction. About a month later, in September of 2009, early in the morning, a bee got into Ruthie's bedroom and she was stung. Within a matter of just a few moments, she stopped breathing. And by the time the paramedics arrived, she was in a coma. A few days later, on September 23rd, 2009, Ruthie died. Those of us in our family and our friends of Ruthie's everywhere, we've all really struggled to deal with the loss of Ruthie. And because she meant so much to us, we've been trying very hard not to remember the way that Ruthie died, but the way that she lived. She was a true humanitarian, she loved people, and she was a devout Christian. The Allergy Advocacy Association was formed as a means of raising awareness to the dangers of anaphylaxis through all sorts of different types of life-threatening allergies. And it was in her memory that we've taken the steps we have in our community in Western New York to try and prevent anaphylaxis deaths through our program of awareness, alertness, and action. Please protect the members of your family from the tragedy that happened to the member of my family that I love the most.
Oh, it's such an inspirational story, and I'm glad that you learned something about Ruth T. Cornell, and she's inspired this whole enterprise. Next, that will bring us to the Ruth T. Cornell Award, and we are so thrilled to give the Outstanding Community Advocacy and Education Award, which will go to an individual or group of individuals who have significantly advanced awareness, alertness, and action at the community level through a sustained commitment to advocacy and education. This year's Ruth T. Cornell Award is presented to Jared Saiontz. Jared, as you'll learn in just a moment, faces a lot of challenges. He has a long list of life-threatening allergies, just an amazing person. At a very young age, he became a dedicated activist, busily advocating for people just like him. Congratulations, Jared. Here's his story.
My name is Jared and I am 12 years old. My allergies are dairy, egg, wheat, oat, rye, barley, tree nuts, sesame, sorghum, millet, teff, quinoa, buckwheat, sunflower, chia, flax, dogs, cats, bees, bunnies, pollen, dust, and I have asthma.
Hi, my name is Stacy Saiontz and I'm the mother of Jared Saiontz, who has 26 life-threatening food allergies. When Jared was 4 years old, we joined forces with the Allergy Advocacy Association and started to go to Albany each year to lobby to make a change. When we first started this process when he was 4, Jared was one of the first people many of the legislators had ever met with these allergens. And we taught them about what life was like for people with food allergies. And every year, more advocates came together with us with the Allergy Advocacy Association to Albany and shared their stories. And we've successfully been able to pass laws to protect people with food allergies.
The school bus bill started when I realized I wasn't allowed to go on the bus because bus drivers were not allowed to give the epinephrine auto-injector. So I wanted to make a change for me and everyone else with food allergies. So we went to Albany. We got 2 legislators to sponsor our bill. Then we tried to convince senators to vote for our bill. Then later that year, we got a letter that it passed and now bus drivers were allowed to give the epinephrine auto-injector. When I went to Washington to advocate for the FASTER Act, which is making sesame being labeled on everything, I told the senators about my allergies and how when I eat things, I don't always know if I can eat them.
One of the reasons the FASTER Act is so important is because it will add sesame as the 9th allergen that would require companies to label for sesame. Right now, companies can hide sesame within natural flavors on their label, and if you call the company and ask the company whether or not sesame is included in the product so you can find out if it's safe for your child who's allergic to sesame, most times they'll just tell you that it's proprietary and a trade secret and they don't have to reveal that information. And so there's lots of products that are, we're dying to try for our child because they look safe, but unfortunately we don't have the full information. And so that's been our goal, and that's why I encouraged Jared to start advocating for food allergy laws at such a young age so that he could make a difference in the world and help other people, not just himself, and not to feel like a victim, but feel like somebody who can help make change in this world and make it a better place. There's so many different laws that we still need to try to advocate for, and we're so lucky that we have the Allergy Advocacy Association at the head of this, leading the way.
It's a big challenge carrying a message of change to your family, friends, and any strangers you might meet. Because Jared and Stacy have met that challenge each day, I truly believe they are a powerful example for activists and advocates everywhere. The Allergy Advocacy Association is honored to present the Ruth T. Cornell Award to Jared Saiontz for his message of hope through a program of awareness, alertness, and action.
Congratulations to Jared again, such a wonderful young man. Thank you for all your good work. And now we have the John J. Condemi Award. This is the Outstanding Community Engagement and Volunteer Service Award, which will go to an individual or group of individuals who, through significant professional activities, have enhanced medical treatment and research efforts to improve life, health, and hope for the food allergy community. We are so thrilled to award the John J. Condemi Award to Shahzad Mustafa, MD. Dr. Mustafa is affiliated with the University of Rochester School of Medicine and the Rochester Regional Health Group. He's a member of the American College of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology, the Finger Lakes Allergy Society here in Western New York, as well as several national allergy organizations. Here is more about the great work that Dr. Mustafa is doing.
As Shahzad Mustafa, I'm the lead physician in chief of Allergy, Immunology, and Rheumatology at Rochester Regional Health, and a clinical associate professor of medicine at the University of Rochester School of Medicine and Dentistry. So I became an allergist by accident. In med school, I really wanted to spend the summer in Portland, Oregon. And I went out to Portland with a buddy of mine, and the only job I could find was working at an allergist's office. And we worked there. I was already in med school, so I obviously had an interest in medicine. Really liked what he did. I liked that he saw kids. I liked that he saw adults, a lot of variety, a lot of bread and butter stuff, a lot of quality of life stuff. He did research, he taught. So it was a really nice model. I brought that back to the University of Buffalo, where I was at med school, took some electives. And here I am. It's been a great career path, but I totally stumbled upon it. So my youngest, who is 7, was diagnosed with peanut allergy right around 1 year of age, which is fairly typical. A little unusual for him is most individuals react to peanut at their first known exposure. My son had actually been consuming peanut products for a couple months before he had his first reaction. So yeah, we avoid peanuts. We avoid selected tree nuts. He eats certain tree nuts, but he avoids the ones that he's allergic to. And as he's gotten older, he's become much more his own advocate. He's very good about asking what's in foods, things like that. So his health's doing great. I really believe this is an important point. Food allergy is not an illness, it's a condition. I do think that's different. There's a lot of childhood illnesses. I don't think food allergy is one of them. So it's certainly something I don't wish that my son had, that we have to deal with in our house, but it's certainly something that's manageable, and we manage it while maintaining an adequate quality of life, I think, which is really important. So I had the privilege of meeting John when I moved back to Rochester shortly thereafter. I moved back in 2009, and I think I met John Terry in 2010. And I've been working with the association since that time, giving talks and really education. There's so much about education and raising awareness. And it's been a privilege to give these talks and work with the group and to see the great work that's been done over the last decade of raising awareness, whether it's at local schools, child care centers, or universities, instilling programs to have epinephrine available at campuses and schools, making caregivers comfortable using it, knowing when to use it, and all the great work they do in Albany certainly as well. So it's been a great part of my way to complement my clinical practice. It's another way to help individuals, and it's been a real privilege. I am the eternal optimist, and absolutely allergic conditions in general, including food allergy, have increased. I do see with interventions, early introduction of foods, I hope these levels will level off and then eventually maybe even decrease. So prevention remains so important. So I remain optimistic that our incidence, our prevalence of food allergy should improve over time. And then also our therapeutic options. I hope we have more therapies to offer our families beyond just avoidance and carrying epinephrine. And that goes beyond peanut. I mean, peanut allergy gets a lot of press, and rightly so, because it is responsible for the majority of life-threatening reactions. But other foods, cow's milk, eggs, wheat, soy, these are also, particularly difficult to manage. So other foods should, be looking at therapeutic options too. But I remain optimistic. The food allergy community in the U.S. and internationally has just some fantastic researchers, some great scientists working very, very hard to move the field forward, and I think it already has, and it will continue to be.
At a time when increasing numbers of Americans are afflicted with asthma and food allergies, our country needs more allergists. Talented people who are not simply physicians, but also humanitarians of the highest order. Dr. Shahzad Mustafa is that kind of physician. As an outstanding physician, fully committed to professional engagement and community service, the Allergy Advocacy Association proudly presents the John J. Condemi Award to Dr. Shahzad Mustafa.
Congratulations to Dr. Mustafa, and thank you for your dedication and hard work. We'd also like to thank Estelle Starr, Agnes Gay, George Robertson, and Anitha Shirkandi, a member of our board, for their very generous donations. Thank you. Let's remind you now that you have a role to play in shoring up support for this amazing agency. You can easily make a donation on our webpage. And you have some power too and influence in your own circle. If you're feeling generous, share this resource with friends and family on Facebook and Twitter. Get the word out. Help us to get the word out about the amazing work that's being done by the Allergy Advocacy Association. Your contribution will help us continue to provide life-saving anaphylaxis emergency training seminars to anyone who's interested. Since the association was launched 10 years ago, it's gained many friends and supporters throughout New York State. Here's what they had to say.
Hi, I'm Tom Abenanti, Assemblyman from Westchester County. I'm pleased to join you tonight for the 2020 Action Awards. The Allergy Advocacy Association is a great organization that I've worked with throughout my time here in Albany to increase awareness of anaphylaxis and severe allergies. Together, we've been able to sponsor an annual Food Allergy Awareness Day, and we've passed life-saving epinephrine access legislation. Thanks to our partnership, schools throughout New York State can have and administer epinephrine to students and employees in emergencies. In fact, any association, club, business, person that has someone on the premises trained can have epinephrine on hand and administer it to save lives. As the association mission says, through awareness, alertness, and action, we have changed day-to-day lives for New Yorkers with severe allergies. I look forward to continue working with the Allergy Advocacy Association. Thank you.
I'm Senator Joe Robach, and I want to congratulate the Allergy Advocacy Association on their 10-year anniversary. I am sorry I can't attend this meeting, but I'm glad to be with you virtually, and I really want to thank all the award winners and thank you for all your education, life-saving work that you do. It really makes a difference in people's lives, and that's what makes it great. As I end my career, I want to say it's really people like you that make a difference and invest in our community, healthcare, all the above, that really make it worthwhile. So again, sorry I couldn't be with you in person, but I did want to thank the association and especially John Terry for all his great work. And again, thank you for caring about not only people with allergies, but our community at large. You really make a difference. Good night and God bless.
On behalf of the Seneca Waterways Council, our 9,000 youth members, and 3,500 adult volunteers, I wish to thank the Allergy Advocacy Association for their generous donation that helped us purchase epinephrine auto-injectors for our summer camps, in addition to the training that you provided for us as well. We appreciate this partnership and look forward to its continued support.
Congratulations to the Allergy Advocacy Association on your 10th anniversary. My name is Michelle Pilarosha.
And I'm Melissa Sheldon, and we're the instructors for the Dental Assisting Program at Monroe 2 BOCES Center for Workforce Development.
A3 has helped to bring awareness and educate over 200 Rochester dental assistants by coming to our program and teaching them about allergies.
Keep up the great work. We've loved working with you, and we'll see you soon in the future.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Hi, everyone. This is Senator Mike Ranzenhofer. I want to congratulate all the award winners. Your dedication to the association and the community is to be commended. Over the years, I've worked closely with the association, resulting in great achievements, from allowing students to carry their own EpiPens, to authorizing restaurants and theme parks and sports arenas and other public venues to have EpiPens on site. While this allowed for wider access to life-saving EpiPens, it also brought awareness to the issue. Additionally, I've been an active participant in the association's Food Allergy Awareness Day, every year at the Capitol, working to bring awareness to life-threatening food allergies that affect so many. Every summer, John and the association have been regular participants at my family health fair, working to further the education around allergies. Together with the association, we have worked hard to shed light and bring awareness to allergies and the life-saving EpiPen. Again, congratulations to the awardees, and I hope everyone stays safe and healthy.
Too early. Oh, totally too late. Because we are so close to Halloween, we want to take a moment now to think about how you can have the maximum amount of fun if you have a food allergy. This might take a little special creativity, right? So here's the big question for all of our special kids. If you can't get any treats, what are some tricks that you could pull instead? Take a look.
They have a GoPro on their door.
You want some candy? Here you go, you have a piece of candy. You don't want some candy?
This one looks cool. Whoa. Halloween rules. Please don't. Please take a treat. Don't.
Don't forget your candle!
Do not ring doorbell. Please take a treat. Don't eat after midnight.
Don't forget your candle! Happy Halloween! Tell your friend he forgot his candy. You forgot your candy! Happy Halloween! Where are you going? I got your candy here. You're supposed to say trick or treat!
Get some candy. Do not ring doorbell. Please take a treat. Don't eat after No, I'm scared to take candy.
Oh, come here and get your candy! Don't get your candy!
Now, there was a lot of creativity and a lot of fun going on there. Thank you to all of our fun bunch of creative kids. So don't forget, you can easily donate to the Allergy Advocacy Association by going to the website and using the donate button. It's super easy and convenient and simple. And please, if you're feeling extra generous, take a few moments to click and share that website with your circle of influence on Facebook, your family and friends. You just never know the ripple effect of one act of generosity in helping to get the word out about this amazing organization. So thank you for acting on your most generous impulses, donating on that super easy donate button and getting the word out and sharing it. Before we finish our time together, we have something interesting and engaging for you. On our website, you will find a section dedicated to a silent auction. At the silent auction, you will find a series of items donated from local businesses, and we would like to thank them for their continued support of the Allergy Advocacy Association. Now, the auction is going to be there for the next several weeks, so if you have a chance to visit on the website, just look around or make a mental note to go back and check it out. There's a lot of great stuff there, and the money that's generated through that silent auction is going to go to good work to saving lives. All the information regarding bidding can be found in the link at the bottom of the screen, and if you win, you'll be notified very soon. Thank you. Thank you for being generous and checking out the silent auction. I hope you've enjoyed our Action Awards Gala with all of the silly hats. Thank you so much to the Allergy Advocacy Association for asking me to be part of it, and remember, your support is so critical to continuing the program of awareness, alertness, and action. With your support, the association can continue its great work, from providing training and information to awarding grants for stocking of epinephrine and hoping to make the vision come true. And you remember the vision: not another life lost to anaphylaxis, not another life lost to any life-threatening allergies. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.